I am from Phoenix, Arizona, where winter feels more like a myth than an actual season. I thought overcoming the -degree wind chill would be my biggest obstacle when I moved to Evanston in 2022. But it turns out the hardest part wasn't the cold weather. It was adjusting to a completely new place without anything familiar. The very first lesson I learned at Northwestern was that I really don't like being away from home. At March Through the Arch during Wildcat Welcome my freshman year, I had a full emotional breakdown. Tears, panic, hyperventilation, the whole bit. The reality of my family leaving me all alone in a new city finally hit. And I was terrified. I told my family, who had just spent hours helping me move into my dorm, to pack it all up because I was moving back to Phoenix to work at the local grocery store. That's right, before I had even been on campus a full 24 hours, I decided I was leaving. In response, my mother, in her own, let's just say loving way, told me that I would be staying right here in Evanston, whether I liked it or not. Tough love, right? But she assured me that one day I'd look back and be glad I stayed. That heart-wrenching moment was in 2022. Fast forward to now, in 2026, and here I stand before you in this bright purple robe, graduating with a degree in economics and global health. And as much as it pains me to admit it, my mother was right. Over the past 4 years, I got involved in student government, serving as the chair of finance, where I was responsible for allocating your student activities fee to fund events on campus like Dillo Day. I became a peer advisor and even played intramural soccer. More importantly, I met lifelong friends, the kind you travel the world with, crash out in periodicals with, and unpack campus lore with at the local Chili's. Gone, but never forgotten. I am deeply grateful to this university, to the senior administrators and staff who guided me, and to the opportunities that shaped me. But I'll be honest, adjusting to a new environment wasn't easy. Pushing myself to get involved wasn't easy. And taking macroeconomics with Mark Whitty definitely was not easy. College was hard. And not just the 3 midterms, 5 papers, and 2 random coffee chats in 1 week kind of hard. We lived through some of the most politically charged, culturally divisive, and globally uncertain moments in higher education. There were times where I questioned my purpose, my identity. And I know I wasn't the only student who felt that way. Yet, in those heavy moments, I leaned on the very Northwestern community I once doubted I'd ever find. And somehow, we persevered and made it here to graduation. So I urge each of you, no matter how the future of higher education unfolds, or how you feel about Northwestern as an institution, to remember what you truly gained here. Not just a degree, but growth, resilience, and a community that will last a lifetime. Remember who showed up for you at your lowest, who celebrated your wins, the conversations that changed you, and the moments that made you stronger. I know I will always remember my mother's tough love on move-in day in 2022. And Mom, you won't catch me saying this again, but your tough love has become one of my greatest sources of strength and success. Graduates, as you transition into this next phase of your life, if at any point you feel lost, overwhelmed, or terrified of what's next, remember this. You survived Northwestern, and you did it during one of the most tumultuous times in history. If you can withstand that, you can withstand anything. Go Cats!